Hello YouTube, how's everyone doing? It's Professional here. So today I got a video talking about this GTA 6 potential delay. A lot of people are saying that the game is going to get delayed until, 2027. A lot of YouTubers are saying the game is going to get delayed right now. And for people that don't have time to watch the whole video, I'm going to say right at the start right here that I don't think the game is getting delayed till 2027. I think the game is coming out this year. I don't think it's getting delayed. I think that a lot of people are just, clickbaiting off of this. They're making multiple videos on this. I'm going to have one video, basically, just covering my thoughts on this situation. And unless, we get some new information directly from Rockstar, I'm not really going to talk about this again. But anyways, this whole thing basically comes from Jason Schreier, a famous gaming reporter, and he had said that Grand Theft Auto 6 may not be complete entirely and it could be delayed again. And now he's actually responded saying, I didn't say that that means the game is getting delayed. So basically, a lot of YouTubers, they just took his words out of context and they said, oh, this automatically means that the game is getting delayed and it's getting pushed back to 2027, but it's not. So until Rockstar actually themselves directly say that the game is being pushed back to 2027, believe that the game is coming out this year. But anyways, let's read this article and I'll tell you guys more about this. I'll link it also down below. New GTA 6 delay rumor shot down by reporter. Says statement was misconstrued. Jason Schreier addresses the report that he said that Grand Theft Auto 6 isn't complete and may be delayed again. Grand Theft Auto 6 is still a little over 10 months away, assuming its November 2026 release window holds. Earlier this week, GTA 6 watchers were unsettled when Bloomberg's Jason Schreier noted that the game might not be as content complete as Rockstar has said in the past, and he didn't rule out another delay. Some fans took that as if GTA 6 was already pushed back again, which is why Schreier has stepped forward to clarify his comments. So again, you have a tons of YouTubers that are gonna basically make multiple videos on this, and I don't blame people making a single video on this. I'm making a single video on this, but I'm talking about there are YouTubers that are making multiple videos about this, constantly talking about this, saying, "Oh, we know that GTA 6 is getting delayed. We know that that's a fact." No, you don't know anything. You're not able to predict the future. You don't know that. But there's YouTubers that are basically they milk any kind of information like this just for easy ad revenue. That's all they're doing. They're just making as many videos as they can on a single topic, just milking it. During a recent appearance on the Button Mash podcast, Schreier said, "The last I heard, GTA 6 was still not content complete. That is to say, people were still finishing things up, still finalizing levels and missions, and seeing what is going to make it into the game." He added that he doesn't think anyone at Rockstar can tell you with 100% certainty that they will make it out in November. Schreier responded to to reports based on his comments by reiterating that he wouldn't be shocked if GTA 6 does come out this fall, following the same delay pattern as Red Dead Redemption 2. He also categorized some of the reports as a complete misunderstanding of what I said. And this is his tweet. This is a complete misunderstanding of what I said, which is that I wouldn't be shocked if GTA 6 does come out this fall, following the same delay patterns as Red Dead Redemption 2. Of course, another delay is possible. It's a video game. But this blog post is very misleading. Just reach out to me. It's not hard. So again, you have, gaming articles, YouTubers that are basically spreading around misinformation where they're saying, oh, we know GTA 6 has been delayed. Rockstar has not confirmed that GTA 6 is being delayed. But this doesn't mean that GTA 6 is not going to get delayed. It could still very much happen. But until Rockstar says it, until Rockstar comes out and says directly that GTA 6 is being delayed to 2027, believe that it is coming out this year. It is coming out this year until Rockstar says that it is not. So again, I'm not a psychic. I can't predict the future, but until Rockstar says it directly, we don't know that for certain. These YouTubers, they're saying that these YouTubers and these, reporters going off of Jason Schreier's original statement saying this is proof that it's getting delayed. It's not proof. As Schreier and others have previously noted, Rockstar does have a history of delaying its AAA games, and GTA 6 in particular has been pushed back twice. It's been reported that the current delay may cost Rockstar upwards of $60 million. That's actually not that much compared to the amount of money that they're going to make from the game. So they want this game to be as perfect as possible. This is Rockstar's biggest game ever in their history. They are not going to have another bigger game than this in probably probably in the next 20 years. Probably next time they'll have a bigger game than this. Whenever they decide to release the next GTA game after this one. $60 million potentially losing on a delay. It's not much. I know it's a ton of money, but it's not much compared to the billions that they're going to make in this game, and also from GTA 6 Online, which is probably going to sell shark cards as well. But, GTA 6 has already been delayed. It's been delayed a couple times. Remember, it was supposed to come out in 2025. Did not come out in 2025. If it didn't get delayed, we would have had it by now. We would have been playing it. It got pushed back to May 2026. And then what happened was Rockstar then delayed it and they pushed it back to November 19, 2026. So the game has basically been delayed 2 times. Some analysts continue to make the case that GTA 6 could be $100 for a standard edition, which would possibly encourage other publishers to raise their prices as well. For now, Rockstar has yet to commit up for a price of GTA 6. Oh my god. Oh my god. I might make a video talking about this in the future if people keep spreading around misinformation. But I mean, excuse my language, guys. This shit is pissing me off too here because again, there is no proof that GTA 6 is going to be $100 at launch. There's no evidence for that. You have these YouTubers and these stupid clickbaiters that are spreading around misinformation that Rockstar is going to make $100. GTA 6 costs $100 at launch. They're not going to do something like that. Now, there is going to be a GTA 6 version that's going to cost $100, but you know what that is? That's going to be the limited collector's edition. Take-Two is definitely going to try to create some kind of collector's edition, something with some, figurines, a poster, probably other things, mementos that you can get with that, and that will probably cost over $100. But just for a regular game itself, no collector's edition, we're just talking regular game itself, it's not going to happen. We're not going to have a $100 standard game. We've never heard of anything like that. It's not going to happen. The amount of controversies that Rockstar would cause with that, like they would just cause so much outrage in the gaming world. And what would happen is GTA 6 would just get bombed in reviews. If it got $100, the reviews would just be bombed really badly. And it would look bad for the game overall, and they would lose more money. You'd have boycotts of the game too. So I'm telling you, they're not going to have it for $100. It is just not going to happen. It is just going to be a standard price. It is not going to be $100. Grand Theft Auto 6 is scheduled to be released on PS5 and Xbox Series X on November 19. Now, let me actually show you guys some other thing right here. So this, I posted this poll here 2 days ago, and I said if GTA 6 gets delayed to 2027, will we be understanding or will we be angry at Rockstar? Now, I had 32,000 people vote in this poll. 33% of people said I will be understanding, and 67% of people said I will be mad. This is too many delays. So 2/3 of people said that they will be mad. Now, if you want my perspective on this, my thoughts on this personally is I'm a bit mixed because I don't mind a delay happening to a game. Because, we don't want the game to launch like Fallout 76, where it's a buggy mess. We don't want it to launch like Cyberpunk, where it's a buggy mess. We don't want it to launch like Mind's Eye. We certainly don't want another Mind's Eye disaster. So we want the game to be, playable, really good at launch. The same people that complain about delays are the same people that would just be ripping on the game from day one. Oh, why does this game have so many glitches? Why does it have so many bugs? Stuff like that. But here's what I will say. If we get to 2026, like we're getting near like fall time, right? If we're getting near fall time and the game gets delayed at that point, I think we have a right to be pissed. And the reason I'm changing my view on this point is because at that point, it would basically be 3 delays, and you would have to ask yourself, what are Rockstar doing? If they delayed the game for, you have to remember, this game was scheduled to come out in 2025. So if it was scheduled to come out in 2025, that means that the game should have been ready by 2025. But the reason they're probably delaying is because of glitches and other, technical issues. But they delayed it, half a year until May, May 2026, and then they delayed it to November 19, 2026, which is basically a year more since their delay. And if a year passes by and the game is still not ready, you gotta ask yourself at that point is, what are they doing? What are they doing specifically at Rockstar? So that would be basically my reaction. I'm not saying I want the game to be released glitchy. I'm not saying that they should rush the game. The only thing I'm saying is if the game gets delayed to 2027, if that happens, I will basically start questioning Rockstar, and I'll basically be like, what are you guys doing? You've already delayed the game for a year, and you're telling me that it's still not ready? Like, what is there some kind of game-breaking glitches with this game? It's like, what are you doing exactly? And you see, like, if you look at the comments of, like, a lot of my fans and subscribers down here, a lot of people have gotten over the hype because of the delays. They're gotten pissed. Like, he says, don't care anymore. Phil Collins referencing that. I really don't care at this point. 902 likes. Third option, I don't give a damn anymore. Where's the I'm over all this hype option? My gaming backlog already outlives my lifespan. GTA 6 can wait. Where's the apathy option? Where's the I don't give a F option? So yeah, this is the cycle. GTA 6 gets delayed, be mad, stop being mad, and being okay with the new release date repeat. Yeah. If GTA 6 gets delayed again, this shows the game is in development hell. And I agree with you here, Assassin Wolf. I'm with you on this. I stopped caring last year. So yeah, so the thing is, they fired their developers. We'll talk about that in a moment here. But uh, that's the thing is having a game get delayed is also it's good because you're gonna make the game playable, but also it pisses people off because hype goes down because of that too, which to a degree I think will affect sales. I think a lot of these people are still going to buy the game, even a lot of people that say that that the hype has died down for them because when the game comes out, this is gonna be like the biggest game ever. But I can also understand a lot of people's perspective where the hype is dropping down. Like me personally, when GTA 6 got delayed multiple times, it wasn't the end of the world for me. I have plenty of other games to play. But they fired the developers. I'm curious what the reply is here. 200 employees that's not the point. It's unfair and cruel treatment that Rockstar has towards their employees, and firing lots of them simply because they dare to speak about it. Rockstar sucks as a company. Yeah, and that's the thing is, Rockstar is a very bad developer to work for. I remember when Red Dead Redemption 2 was coming out in 2018. There was all these reports in 2018 that supposedly said, and I don't know if it's ever been 100% proven true, that Rockstar was overworking their employees. They were working 6 days a week. They weren't really taking breaks. They were just being severely overworked to push Red Dead Redemption 2 out. And I would not be surprised if they have that environment with GTA 6. Now, we also have this article here, Union requests interim relief for employees affected by Rockstar layoffs. IWGB and Rockstar attend preliminary employment tribunal hearing. Developer continues to categorically deny claims of union busting. So, basically, a bunch of employees had been fired from Rockstar, and Rockstar is claiming that the reason that they fired these employees is because they were leaking information about the game. The employees claimed that they were just in a Discord privately, that they weren't leaking anything, and they claimed that they got fired because they tried to unionize. Now, Rockstar is claiming that it has nothing to do with unions. Rockstar is claiming that they were fired for leaking information, and this is actually becoming a court case right now. So this is, in the UK, I know because this is where this happened. The UK, they are investigating this primarily. There's an investigation going on, and I did put up a poll, and I'm gonna put that poll up on the screen. But basically, I made a poll a couple months ago when this first happened, when these Rockstar employees first got fired, and I asked you guys in that poll, what do you think about this? Who do you believe? Do you believe the workers? Do you believe Rockstar? Or do you think that both of them are hiding things? And the majority, like, Rockstar barely got any support in that. More people sided with the workers. But the one that got the most amount of votes was the one where people said they're both not telling the full truth. So, and that's precisely what I think. I think the truth is somewhere in the middle. Did these workers want a union? Probably, yeah. Rockstar's probably trying to cover something up there. I'm like, I don't know for certain, but that's just my best guess. And then and then at the same time, were the workers leaking stuff? It's entirely possible they were leaking stuff. I don't know, but I would not be surprised, especially, if you were getting, pissed off at your boss, and especially if you got fired and stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if there was people that started leaking stuff. The Independent Workers Union of Great Britain has requested interim relief for employees dismissed by Rockstar Games last November. A tribunal hearing took place earlier this week, January 5, at Scotland's Tribunal Centre in Glasgow, with IWGB and Rockstar in attendance. If granted, the interim relief would provide the 31 workers affected with support while the legal case continues to a full trial. This would see employees reinstated on Rockstar's payroll and the restoration of work visas. We hope this week's tribunal will grant urgently needed relief to the workers whose lives were turned upside down by Rockstar's brutal union busting, leaving them and their families without incomes, without secure futures, and in some cases without even the right to remain in the country they have made their home, said the IWGB. No matter the outcome of this interim hearing, we remain confident in the strength of the case we have brought against Rockstar. We reiterate our firm belief that Rockstar broke the law when it summarily dismissed 31 of our members, and we look forward now to the day we face them in court for a full and substantive tribunal hearing. In response, Rockstar said it categorically denies the claims heard during the hearing. We have consistently made clear we took necessary action against a group of individuals across the UK and Canada who discussed highly confidential information, including relating to game features from upcoming and unannounced titles, in insecure and public social channels, said Rockstar. This was a breach of long-standing and well-understood confidentiality policies. The insecure and public social channel is relating to an invite-only Discord, which Rockstar claims at least 25 non-Rockstar employees were able to access, including games industry journalists, employee of rival developers, and dozens of anonymous unidentified members. It reiterated that employees who posted union-supportive messages who did not breach confidentiality policies were not dismissed. We regret that these dismissals were necessary. However, confidentiality is fundamental to everything Rockstar does, the developer added. This was never about union membership. We have always taken a zero-tolerance approach to unauthorized release of information, and we always will. Rockstar denied IWGB's claims of union busting, as well as having a blacklist of union members, and that it did not know whether these affected were union members at the time of their dismissal. Yeah. So, you would not know whether they were union members. So you're telling me you would fire your employees and you don't know whether they're union members or not? I find that a little hard to believe. IWGB initially filed a formal legal claim against Rockstar last November after the developer fired 31 employees in late October. IWGB accused Rockstar of union busting, while Rockstar claimed those dismissed had been leaking confidential information and was not related to union activities. Following the dismissal, over 200 members of Rockstar North signed a letter asking for the impacted workers to be reinstated, with affected employees holding protests in London and Edinburgh. The case also made its way to Parliament, with Prime Minister Keir Starmer describing the situation as deeply concerning. Every worker has the right to join a trade union. We're determined to strengthen workers' rights and ensure that they don't face unfair consequences for being part of a union. So here's what I think happened. And I don't have evidence for this. This is just my best guess on what I think happened. I think that some of these employees were part of unions. And I think that Rockstar hates that. And I think they were looking for an excuse to get rid of them. That's what I think. Now, as for the Discord, my best guess, what I think happened, is I think there was probably a bunch of workers in a Discord. They were probably ranting about their employer. Just people from work just talking about how much they hate their boss and stuff like that. And what probably happened is probably one person that probably just got fed up with it, decided to probably add a gaming reporter or people that were not from the Discord, and then they started adding more people that were not from the Discord, and then supposedly these other, non-Rockstar people had gotten information, and everybody in the Discord had been punished. That's what I think happened. So it probably started with one guy that added people to the Discord, and then Rockstar somehow found out about it, and everybody else pretty much got punished. That's at least what I think happened. That's my prediction on it. So I do think that there is both sides aren't telling the full story. That's basically what I think. I think that there's some error on both sides, but at the same time I think that most of the error is on Rockstar's part, because you gotta treat your workers with respect. You do. You can't just overwork people like this. You can't push them like this. Now I understand, they're trying to get a big product out and stuff like that, but people have lives also. This, if GTA 6 has to get delayed, I will say this, and these developers get to relax a little bit more, I'll be fine with that. Now, like I said, I know I said I'd be pissed if it got delayed by another, because after a year I've been asking, what are they doing? Because it tells me that the game is either in a glitchy, messy state, or there's something going on behind the scenes at Rockstar, but I'm talking about the individual workers here. I don't want these individual workers basically just, pushed to their brink. I don't want that to happen. I want, people to relax, and if people, if these workers keep their mental health, and the game, and the game gets delayed, then so be it. For me, I just care more about the mental health and the health of the workers the most. But thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, do drop a like. Let me know what you think of all this stuff going on. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me. If you enjoyed the video, do drop a like. If you're new to my channel, enjoy my content, subscribe to me. And I'll see you in the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.